So, a few weeks ago, I put up a video of removing from a river in New South Wales an illegally set crab trap. And I cut it open and I let all the crabs out, and you'll see that at the end of this clip. And copped a lot of complaints. A lot of people seem to be triggered and offended because I did this to a crab pot. So today I'm putting this one up, just showing a few of the ones that I've had to pull out of the same river in the same stretch that have been lost. A lot of these have even been set in the same fashion as the one that I cut out that was illegal. So the reason I say they're illegal is, instead of putting a float with your name on it to the surface to identify where your crab pot is and whose crab pot it is, they're dropped in the river with no names, attached to a long rope and a weight at the other end. This not only means that there's no identifying features to say whose crab pot it is, it also means that they could have as many crab pots in the river as they want. They could have 1,000 of these things stretched out. No one can tell. No one knows whose it is, no one knows what it is. And then on top of that, the majority of them get lost, because they're usually thrown out in the middle of the river where there's high current, so they just get pushed until they hit a sandbank and then slowly get buried over time. But before they get buried, and some of them don't get buried, they get wedged up against snags, rocks and trees, the crabs go into them to eat the bait, as they would, and then the crabs die because they can't escape. They starve to death. And then as they're starving to death, other animals go in to eat those crabs, which then get stuck, which then starve to death, or asphyxiate tangled in the nets. And then more animals go in to eat those animals which are stuck, and so on, and so on, and so on. And even the animals that aren't in the trap getting hurt, they're getting tangled up in the rope connected to the trap and the weight at the other end. Things like dugongs, turtles, all the fun things that swim along the bottom looking for their food. And then even as the PVC made ropes break down, they develop into microplastics, which is a whole other problem which is beyond my head, but I'm pretty sure isn't a good thing. And then once they do eventually half bury into the sand, they are an absolute nightmare to try and remove, because you kind of have to pull and dig them out at depth, which isn't good for the poor idiot who then goes and tries to actually do the right thing and clean up the area. So, in short, if you are going to set illegal crab pots anywhere that I'm diving, and I see them, I'm going to remove them, I'm going to destroy them, and I'm going to take them to the tip. If your name is on the crab pot, I will not be allowed to legally touch it. So, in those cases, I will tie a float to them. I will notify Maritime, they will remove them, and they will say hello to you. So in short, if you set a crab pot illegally like this, no crabs for you. and perchance if this has offended you, maybe you should think why someone attempting to do the right thing has made you angry and want to defend the person who's doing the wrong thing. Because I feel that makes you a fuckwit, but that could just be my opinion. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a great day.